I think people fear boredom. Inaction reminds one of nothingness, and nothingness is associated with death. King Lear, a Shakespearean tragedy, epitomizes the human desire to stave off the inevitable effect of life that is the end of life. That is why we have the compulsion to create, or one of the many base motivations for self-expression. As Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption says, get busy living or get busy dying. This rings true with many people who feel that compulsion. My friends and I, the other night, actually spent many hours just painting and drawing. We felt connected to each other through appreciating everything we created that night. It was like peeking into each other's souls. The authenticity of the experience was incredible because we transcended language in a conventional sense. We communicated with each other through that art. That appears to be the natural state of man. A constant cycle of taking in sensory experience, transforming it into thought, and expressing that impression that has been left. Maybe it's a selfish act. Maybe we use creation to validate our very existence, to ourselves and to others. Take, this image of my friend Dan. I experience him through the eye. I take the image and reproduce it for others to see. My other friends compare the drawing to the original experience and recognize that I see what they see. There's a tension that every person suffers from, never knowing for sure that what you and I are experiencing is the same thing. That is an isolating feeling. We can describe an experience, but two consciousnesses cannot be linked together to affirm their validity. This image is actually a pretty good metaphor for what I'm trying to say. This is a charcoal sketch of the sun and its twin image that rubbed off onto the next page. They are different. In being recreated, the second image is somehow less than its original. Reproducing the image took away from its value, capturing only a small piece of what it was, so much getting lost in translation. So is communicating experience and thought with others. It's the same, it's the same concept. But that does not mean we give up, expression altogether. A film I directed features Gideon, who cannot express himself physically. He is bound by inaction. But his desire to express is so great, his imagination creates entire worlds that he is able to experience and, even though internalized in his mind, gives him hope with the idea that he is at least alive. Anything and everything is creation, isn't it? From stories, to dancing, to paintings. We ourselves are created beings, grown from nothingness. So it is only natural that we wish to create. It reminds us of ourselves, and stories about creation are powerful in that sense. One without a story is a creation story. Much like, beginnings, where Teague creates these experiences for those around him and keeps the light of those experiences alive by telling the story of that experience. Reproducing art, staving off nothing with something. It is powerful enough to motivate us to create, stories like this. Think of this digital media project. It's merely another creation, and with a theme of creation no less. It is everywhere, and it keeps a man alive long after he is passed. Good night.